Hello everyone, this is Year 2, Week 11, Lesson 1, and in this lesson we're going to be looking at division and revising how to divide. Now when we divide there are two methods we can use. We can use a sharing method where we share equally into equal groups, and there's also a grouping method where we create equal groups. Today in this first lesson we're going to look at sharing. So when we share, we divide the number of objects into a number of equal groups. So for example, I'm going to share 12 between two equal groups. So here are my two equal groups. There's one group and there's the other group. I'm going to get my 12 cubes and I'm going to share them equally. So I'm doing it one by one just to make sure that I've got the same number in each group. I don't end up with more than one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've shared 12 into two equal groups, and then I find out how many's in each group. Well, there's 6 in that group, 6 in that group. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. And you can look at that over here. So I started with 12. I shared my 12 between two groups, and there were 6 in each group. Or I started with 12, shared equally into two groups is 6. Division sentence: 12 divided by 2 equals 6. And I can also say that I ended up with two groups of 6. Gave me 12, and that's the linked multiplication, that there were two groups of 6 with a total of 12. So in division, I divided my 12 into two equal groups. So in multiplication, I made two equal groups of 6. Okay, let's look at another one now. Let's move my 12 cubes out of the way. The next division I'm going to look at is 15 divided by 3. So this time I'm going to be sharing my cubes, my 15 cubes, into 3 groups. Okay, so my 3 groups. I'm going to get my 15. Now I actually know that 5 times 3 is 15, so I can use that multiplication. So I know that if I've got 15 altogether, 5, 10, 15. I've put them into 3 equal groups. There's the same number in each group. I've shared them out. So in each group there is 5. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. An example of a number story might be, Miss Chapman had 15 bananas. She needed to share them between herself, Mrs. Taylor and Miss Barkley. How many would they each get? Well, I'm starting with 15 bananas. I'm sharing them between the 3 teachers, so they get the same each. They get 5 each. I was going to record that for here. So I started with 15. I shared them equally between 3, so each group had 5 in it. Or 15 shared equally into 3 groups. 3 equal groups is 5. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And if I was going to do that as a multiplication, I had 3 groups of 5, which makes 15. So multiplication would be 3 groups of 5 equals 15. So you need to remember that link between the division and the multiplications. When the division, we're sharing them into equal groups. Multiplication, we're saying how many groups there are, how many equal groups there are. So how can we use this method pictorially? Okay. So I've got some number sentences here. Here's my first one, 12 divided by 3. Well, I know I've got to divide it into 3 equal groups. Those are my 3 equal groups, and I've got to share 12 between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 4 in each of those groups. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. If I was drawing my bar method, my whole would be 12. That's how many I started. I'm dividing my 12 to 3 equal groups. There would be 4 in each group. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Look at the next one, 20 divided by 5. Okay, so I've got 5 equal groups. And I've got to share 20 between them. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So how many is in each group? Well, there's 4 in each group. So 20 divided by 5 is the same as 4. Now, I could have used a multiplication to know that more quickly. If I know that 5 times 4 is 20, then I know that 20 divided by 5 is 4. So I can use a linked multiplication fact. Could have helped me to solve that more quickly. So that's why, again, it's important to know those multiplication facts, okay, because they are linked. So I'm going to do that for my next one. So I've got 8 divided by 2. So if I show that on my bar model, I know that my total needs to be 8 because that's what I'm sharing. I'm sharing 8 between 2 equal groups. Now I know that 2 times 4 is 8. So I know that 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. If I drew that out pictorially, 8 divided by 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it would also show me that it is 4 in each group. Now on your slideshow you've got lots of pictorial division just to practice. One example might be to share 6 cherries between 3 plates. And what we can do is do the cross out method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's lots of different ways to find this. Okay, dividing by sharing into equal groups, and that's really important. You've got to remember it's got to be the same number in each group. Okay, so practice through your slideshow, and in the next lesson we're going to look at division by grouping. So I'll see you then. Bye everyone.